Hi everybody, it's Lord Magicus, and we are here for the final round of Merfolk in Modern. We're on the play, so I think we've been on the play every single match for this entire league, which is just like outstanding as far as helping us win this. So unfortunately, like this opening hand is not really helping us win this, so we have to mulligan this. This is much better. I think we just put a land on the bottom. We'll be fine. We can deal with this. So, I guess snow-covered island seems fine. We'll keep the Mutavault. If we're up against like a control deck, then this might actually make sense. I'm not going to show them anything. I have no reason to show them. Breeding pool. Oh, that's got to be good news for us, right? So this might be Uro. This could be Infect, actually. Like, that deck's around at the moment. I'm guessing this is an Uro deck, though. Which means... let's get Silvergill Adept out. Reveal another Silvergill. Card advantage, it, like, helps a little bit against these decks, and I think that might do okay. So if they have, like, Ice Fang Coatl, I might want this. I don't know if they still play Ice Fang or not. But also, we really want some Island Walk Lords to really hurt or punish them for playing the breeding pool, so... this could just be Infect, though, so that's possible. Interesting. So I have some options here. I could just Spreading Seas this breeding pool. The green mana might be important to this deck, so... I think I'm going to do that. Now if that's something that we needed to... well, they're not playing snow-covered land, so it's probably not Ice Fang, so maybe this is Infect and this might matter. Maybe they're going to play Veil of Summer? Growth Spiral. Okay, so no, this may be just Uro. Or maybe this is like Temur Reclamation? Or Sultai Reclamation, I guess. Yeah, you know what? That looks like what we might be up against here. Okay, so I think in that case we're still doing okay. Ooh. Well, I still wanted to play that anyway. I guess I could have played that first on the off chance that I drew that. I just didn't want them to know that I had Mutavault first, because I wasn't sure if that was going to be relevant knowledge to what they were going to decide to do. So... we kind of got punished for not being able to play this Biomancer this turn. We could play Silvergill and Biomancer next turn if we want. Field of Ruin, okay. I'm not doing anything, so maybe this is Cryptic. Let's attack. I think Cryptic is happening. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they have some... no, just another Growth Spiral. Interesting. So they're just ramping up. What the fuck is going on here? I'm so confused. But I feel better that I have this Force in my hand. I think I want pressure in play, though, so... I'm more likely going to throw away Harbinger of the Tides to Force, I imagine. Oh no, this is Bant. Okay, so okay, so, yeah, I guess they're just on like a really slow plan right now. So maybe they were just baiting us into like verdicts here. I think they played in that deck, right? I mean, that probably hitting this green mana mattered because they need double green for Uro, so. Primeval type. What the fuck is okay? I can't do anything about that, so I have to let it happen. I didn't. There's a Bant Titan deck now. What? I don't know what's going on. We're still going to attack into this thing, because if they block it, then I can just dismember it and kill it. Never mind. That's right. Field of the Dead is a thing. Okay, so this is like a Bant Field of the Dead deck. Interesting. Okay, well we really need a Lord now in order to actually get through this. Ask and ye shall receive. Maybe I could have done that first. I don't think that there's anything that matters with that, but... I just want some amount of protection here, so at least I can force a path on my Lord. We get in for 8, so like... if they can't remove the Lord, then they probably die next turn, so we have a force. Okay, so this is a Bant Titan deck. I don't think I've ever seen this. Like, not in this format, anyway. Like, I mean, I'm familiar with, like, you know, Bant doing stupid shit with Field of the Dead, but I was not familiar with it with, like, Primeval Titan. Do I care about this? So let's see. If I force this thing, I don't... I guess I kind of have to. So this does let them draw a card even if they bounce this back to my hand. But if they already have a path in hand, they can just get rid of this, so... It means that we'll have to probably top deck one. Alright. What's gonna happen is gonna happen here. But if they just bounce Lord, then I can just replay it, right? So they have to do something more than just that. I think Teferi resolving just means their path gets to resolve, so... So I guess we have 2 shots at drawing another one with Benthic and top deck. Assuming they have path. If they don't have path, then they're probably just dead on the spot. Looks like they might have it, though. So we might need to rely on our top deck to get there. They're at 4, so... Interesting. So they're going to bounce the Unsettled Mariner. No, okay, no, they're bouncing the Lord, okay. But I can just replay the Lord next turn. I don't understand how this is winning. Like, you have... do you have a counterspell for this thing? So I guess if we draw the Cavern of Souls, then that's enough. But if they have, like, Spell Snare... Oh, yeah, Spell Snare I don't think we can beat. I'm not going to block that. No, it comes down to whether this Lord resolves. We need to get an Island Walker in play next turn to win. Well, if they have Path, like, they could still use it, so... So here's a question. I guess the correct thing to do might just be play Spreading Seas on the Hollowed Fountain first. Because then I might draw Cavern of Souls if their plan is like Spell Snare. They still have the Misty Rainforest, though. So if they have Path, they can still pay for it. And we don't have a choice. We can't really play around it, so... So their plan was Spell Snare, so... We are ridiculously dead, right? That's... Yeah, so... Okay. They had Spell Snare, so... Playing the Spreading Seas was the right plan. We just didn't have the Cavern of Souls to get through it. Alright, you definitely need counterspells against this deck. Field of the Dead is like one of the cards that like just should not exist in any format. It's so dumb. Alright, Spreading Seas, you were probably not that good. Well, you can turn off Field, I guess, but like once Field of the Dead's in play, it's really probably too late anyway. Dismember is not very good against this. Aether Gust might be, though. Generous Gift, probably not. Their plan is like Primeval Titan. They probably have Uro in this deck too. So I guess Relic is also an option. So it might be like Mystical Sanctuary. Well, Relic also undermines Uro too, so maybe we want it for that reason. Take out one island. Alright, we'll do that. So, alright. We'll keep this. I don't know if there's much else we could have done there. I think we did everything about as well as we could have. Because I didn't have the mana to play Lord and Force in my turn, so... I was just hoping that they were using Teferi to try to draw a card that was relevant. Like, if they didn't have it in hand, maybe they thought if I bounce Lord, maybe I can draw into, like, Path or something. But... I don't think Benthic is super great against them, but it's better than... Well, I mean, we need it just to have an aggressive start against them, so... Like, Spell Snare is definitely a possibility. Attack first. I guess we're just going to play Trickster. That way we can get Lord out next turn. But yeah, if they burn something in this, then they won't have it for the Lord. Okay, remand. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. I don't know what their plan is, but this is like a really slow start, so... I mean, I guess Supreme Verdict could be a thing. I'm gonna attack with everything here. Do I care about that? I go to 14, and then I can flash in Trickster. Or I can just flash in Harbinger then. I think I'm gonna let that happen. Actually, I can loot one of these Biomancers too. And then play Trickster. I don't really need Aether Vial. So what do you do here? You don't know about the Deprive yet, so maybe Uro's coming. I would like to save this for something important. Okay, that's not important. That is a dink. Okay. That's actually good. I don't think I'm going to attack with the Mutavault now. Just put them to 8, and I think that'll be fine. Really? You have one card left in your hand. You pitched Teferi to do this. Okay. They don't have the mana for Uro yet, right? They have to play another land first. You can just deprive it and then put them far away from actually resolving it. If you have a path, go for it. I don't care. You have no cards left in your hand. Like, this is fine. So if they Field of Ruin this, I will still have 4 mana up, so... Which but like, I'm just gonna deprive probably the Uro, and then that'll be fine. This puts them to 7. I can play the Harbinger now. And I have Deprive up. They have no cards in hand, so I'm just hoping for one turn that they don't draw something stupid. That's not going to do anything. They're dead. I know they think that it's going to do something, but Uro's not going to resolve, so they're not going to get to draw a card. Do it. I mean, you have nothing else to do, so you have to go for this. And that is the game. You're going to make me attack you. Or would you like to concede like a gentleman and a scholar? Okay. Alright, here we go. This is the last round. So, I think this worked out okay this time. That was fine. Alright, we'll just run this back. I don't know if we necessarily need Aether Gust, but it does buy us some time against both Primeval Titan, excuse me, and Uro. So I'm willing to experiment with it. So we're on the draw this time, so we really need something good to start with in order to race them. I think this is exactly the kind of hand that I wanted to see. We are definitely going to keep this, and I'm probably going to play Mariner on turn 2. So go Vial into Mariner, and I think that'll be good. Go for it. Just hope they don't force him to negate my Aether Vial. I'm kind of curious, what order does MTGO show them what my hand is? Like, do they get to see it in the order I rearrange it? I never get to watch from, like, the other side to know. Because if I know that they're seeing it like this, I don't want to rearrange it that way. Alright, they F6'd our turn, so that's good. This hand is shaping up very quickly to be, like, fantastic. I'm guessing Growth Spiral is probably on its way this turn. I'll play Silvergill Adept, I guess. I have Force Up still for next turn, so even if they play Growth Spiral, like, they're not going to resolve to Fairy or anything like that, so if they just want to Spiral, that's okay. If they want to waste a Counterspell on Silvergill, that's also fine. Looks like that's what's happening, Remand. Mana Leak, okay. Nope. This is actually just, this is perfectly fine for me, because now if they, like, try to untap with Teferi, like, that's not going to do anything. We're even just playing, like, Uro this turn. No, that's fantastic. Like, we don't need to do shit. And just take Vial up. I don't even have to play anything now. I mean, I could. Like, how many counter spells do they have in their hand here? They have 4 cards. Like, how many of these do they keep in? I don't know. I have enough pressure here where I'm kind of inclined to, like, actually play a Lord here. They have a path, like, that's just going to help us. I'm really not concerned right now. Are they not playing a land? Oh, that is super dangerous for them. Shark Typhoon. They're just making a 1/1. That has to be an act of desperation, so... Sure, you want to block with your 1/1 on my Lord of Atlantis, that's okay. Did you find a land off of your Shark Typhoon? That's what's important. Maybe just cast Uro here. I might just Aether Gust it. It's a fairy, huh? Alright, what's the best way to deal with this? They can't bounce anything that I play. What if I just put Mariner in play? Do I just kill them? Alright, we have to do this math here. Like, Teferi can only tick up right now. So I could put Mariner in play, and the next turn play 2 Lords. So this will be 4, 5, and 5. Yeah, they're just dead. Like, this doesn't do anything, and there's nothing they can cast in my turn that does anything. So it really doesn't matter, but I'm going to counter Teferi. Just in case they were sandbagging a land or something. What costs are you paying? You can't pay costs. You don't... Force doesn't work here. You just lose. Like, that's what's happening right now. Okay. Yeah, they passed. They know what's coming. And boom goes the dynamite. There we go. That's a 4-1 for this. That was pretty good. The only match we lost was literally the just random dice roll, do you have Force of Will in your hand match. And yeah, I'm fine with that. Like, I don't know. So let's think about it. So we saw 3 Stoneblade decks, right? So there's a red-white one, and then 2 like normal Stoneblade decks, and a Neoform and the Titan ramp. So I don't know if Aether got. We didn't really get to use this at all, but I think we basically got to use most of our cards. The only thing that I might reconsider is whether Generous Gift is the card I want in my sideboard. Maybe this could be like a disenchant effect instead, but other than that, like, I think everything else did basically what we needed it to do, so I don't know if Mariner helped that much. I'm wondering if there's anything better to play in this slot, but I'm imagining probably not. Like, it does kind of what it needs to do. We can't play something like Kira in our deck because of Luris, but I think this was okay. We did get to actually use Luris in this league, so like this did something. So yeah, it seems like the price of doing this was okay, and I don't think we didn't really struggle with our mana that much. Firewalker didn't really get to do very much. I guess maybe I could have boarded it in like for game 2 against the red-white Stoneblade deck, but I'm not even convinced that Firewalker is what I want in that match, because they actually have just a lot of white stuff. Probably not Path to Exile, but they definitely... I'm just trying to think, like, they could just stick a sword in like Stoneforge Mystic itself, and like that could be a problem. But maybe we just have to save the Dismembers for the Stoneforge then, and that's fine. Or they have like Batterskull, which goes like right past the Firewalker. So like the Firewalker doesn't help very much against Stoneforge, but maybe it was fine against the rest of what they were doing. Really, we didn't get to play against the Prowess deck to really test this card to see what we wanted out of it, but I don't know. I was pretty pleased with this overall. Like, I didn't find it had too many holes in it, at least. We kind of got, like, a series of decent matchups, though. So let's be real honest about our results. Like, I think most of those matches were probably even to favorable for us, and we were on the play, I think, for all of them. So 4-1 is, like, what we expect to get out of a league like that. I think if we did any worse than 4-1, then we should probably be disappointed with that, because the MTGO was kind of just handing us exactly what we wanted, so it's fine. Uh, I'm still not sure if this is what I want, but this might just be better against a deck like Tron, where blowing up a Tron land might actually be very impactful. Just basically, if it can destroy something that's not an artifact or enchantment, that's how we have to judge this card. But I think overall it was fine. Giving them the Stoneblade decks an elephant in exchange for a sword is not really what we want to do. But I don't know. If Stoneforge is going to be really popular, though, then maybe just regular Disenchant's better. So, yeah, this was fine. It's been a while since we played Modern, and I'm glad that we got to do pretty well with this again. So, yeah, there's a variety of builds for Merfolk that work in Modern today. So, I think that, yeah, we've seen results for everything, like Mono Blue and, Simic and Luris Blue-White deck. So, yeah, I think just pick whichever one that you're most comfortable with and just go with it like that. So with 7 basics in the deck, I think this is probably the absolute minimum number of basics you should be running in this, but I think this worked out. This mana base was pretty painless, so I would like to maybe squeeze another Cavern of Souls in here somewhere, but I really don't want to cut any of the rest of these lands, so I think this is where it's just going to stick for me. Yeah, we didn't really play against a lot of matches where Harbinger got to do its thing, but I think if we played against more of the red decks, then maybe this might matter a little bit, because if you bounce something like Soulscar or Kiln Fiend with it, it probably helps a lot. And yeah, it just, more creature-y matchups are good for this. We were playing against a lot of more control-y decks that just have I don't want to say they're exactly mid-range decks, but I think they're somewhere between mid-range and control for the most part, so This card, I think, is going to work a little bit better against somewhere between aggro and mid-range, so I don't think this got to shine as much as it really should have. But whatever, it's fine. It does what we needed to do in this deck, so yeah, like I said, there's not really much I think I would change, so I'm just because I wanted to run this more just to see how it does against the red decks. So, well, thank you everybody for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please, like I said last time, give these thumbs up if you are enjoying these videos. Go back and thumbs up every single one from this week. I know that you can do it. It'll take you 30 seconds to do it, but I believe in you. You can definitely do it. All right. You have my confidence in you. All right. Yeah. Comment on it. Let me know what you thought of this. If there's other cards that you would want to test in it, or yeah, just your thoughts in general. So. Thanks everybody for watching, and then I will see you again next time.